I don't make no never mind.
You don't know.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Ain't that right, boss?
That's right.
My name is Emily. Over here we've got the lovely and talented Natasha. Ekadon BOOZHOO, sweetie. Say hello.
BOOZHOO!
And then, of course, over here, we got the star of the show, Mr. NANABOOZHOO. Ekadon BOOZHOO, NANABOOZHOO.
BOOZHOO! Hokka hey!
And of course, behind the camera, we got the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ekadon BOOZHOO, Michael Lyons.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show.
Well, so today we're going to be teaching some Ojibwe language. Going to be telling some stories. What else you got planned for today?
I don't know, nothing.
All right. Well, I guess we better get started. So, without further ado, please won't you all welcome NANABOOZHOO. Take it away, NANABOOZHOO.
Oh, thank you, Emily. And BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. Hello everyone. What's going on? Let me get myself situated here. I feel like I'm far away from the camera. Ah, you look fine. What's going on? Mino Giga Jabe. Wissany. Mino Giga. Can we get a gold star for old Wissany? Wissany gets a gold star. And Cousin Missy's here. BOOZHOO, Cousin Missy. BOOZHOO, Cousin Missy with a silver star. Silver star. Second place comes to Missy. And John Redcorn's pulling in third place with a bronze star. And a bronze star goes to John. BOOZHOO, John. BOOZHOO, John. Oh, and here comes Wally Bear with Jack. Hey! I'll give Wally Bear a little smiley face with a pen. We don't got any stars left. All right. You don't get any stars, Wally Bear. You just get a little smiley face. Anyway, watching commercial. You're the only YouTuber I do that for, Michael. Hey, thank you, Wissany. We make pennies on every ad that's watched. And now we're in the Junia. We're in the money. I'm feeling sunny. La-di-da-di-da-di-dum-dum. Hoka, hoka, hey. And many more. So, today, it's floor washing day, sweetie. We gonna wash the floors? I think I'm gonna vacuum the living room. Okay. Gazibby gay, sagina gay. Gays are good. The floor washing day is a traditional day for washing floors, is what we call Saturday. If you've seen the show before, you already know this. I don't know why we have to teach the word of the day every day. I don't know. We got to come up with some new ideas. Yeah, I think you're right. What else do we have here? Gigaje ba wisani wen. It is the morning food. Did you know there's no truth behind, oh, it's the most important meal of the day. Really? No meal's more or less important than the one before it. You just need calories to live. It's not like, well, yeah, breakfast is really important. Lunch. It doesn't matter if you have lunch or not. But then supper, No, it's just mind control, trying to get people to eat more eggs. Gigajeba, wisani wen, the morning food, the breakfast. It's like the Breakfast Club, sweetie. That's what the BOOZHOO crew is to me. What's that? They're the Breakfast Club. They're the original Breakfast Club. Did you know, kids, back in the days of the grandfathers, when kids in the 1980s got into trouble, they'd have to come into school on a Saturday. on a Giga Ba. I don't know what the Ojibwe word for club is. But they'd punish the kids. They'd make them come into school. There was a movie once called The Breakfast Club. It was all about these 5 kids. They didn't call them the Breakfast Friends because none of them were friends at first. But by the end of the day, they learned a little bit about themselves. You see, back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a criminal named Bender. He smoked cigarettes right in the library, sweetie. Yeah, I know, huh? And he wore a trench coat, not a trench coat, but a tweed floor-length coat, sunglasses. It's pretty cool. He's tough, but funny. He was both the class bully and the class clown. And then there was Emilio Estevez. Emilio sounds Mexican, but I think he was just, a white kid. I think he was a Chamokaman. But Emilio, he wrestled. He liked to get on the floor in leotards with other guys. Bender had a deep, burning respect for guys who roll around on the floor with other guys. He figured all he'd need is a lobotomy and some tights. Remember that? Yeah, I love that movie. And then there was the princess. She would just lie on the floor. In the 80s, this was hot to us. This is what we thought a hot girl was. Ginger. So, that was not Ellie Sheedy. What was her name? That was Claire. Yeah, what was the actress's name? That was, Molly Ringwald. Molly Ringwald, thank you. Excuse me. Molly Ringwald was the ginger girl everybody loved. And then there was Brian, the brain. Check out the big brain on Brian. He was what we called a nerd before computers. He did his homework. He was in the physics club. They discussed properties of physics, but they didn't, get high because only burners like Bender got high. Yeah. And then there was little Allie Sheedy. And Allie Sheedy said, when you grow up, your heart dies. It's inevitable. And Bender was all like, who cares? And little Allie Sheedy, tears in her eyes. I care. She acted like she was a goth girl or something, but she actually cared about her heart. Yep. And she'd drink vodka wherever. But these were the 5 kids from the 5 different cliques in the 80s. You could either be class clown / bully, Mexican / athlete, ginger / popular girl, princess, brain / suicidal shop flunker. Yeah. Or the Allie Sheedy. Alcoholic. These were the 5 cliques of the 1980s. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone dancing. You know what, baby? Gigajeba. Wisini win. Is known as the morning food. Just call me angel of the morning food. What's your favorite morning food, sweetie? Well, lately it's been bagels. Bagels, really? Well, that's what I eat most of the time. And that's your favorite food? Well, no, I mean, bacon and eggs and all, toast and all that would be my favorite food. But that takes so much work, so I have to say that when I Eat most. Well, is it my favorite food or is it what the food I eat most of? Your favorite food. Oh, well, then if I had my choice, it would be, oh, I don't know, Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict. That's eggs on English muffins with Canadian bacon and Turkish hollandaise sauce. Is that from Turkey? I don't know. It's a very international dish, the Eggs Benedict, because it has Canadian stuff in there, and it's got English from the English muffin, American eggs, and hollandaise sauce, whatever that is. I don't even know. It's probably Mexican. You think it's Mexican? I don't know. Gigaje ba wisani win. Morning food. And the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Where's my Folgers? Here we go. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. I wouldn't let Bagheera sleep with me last night. Why not? Because he only sleeps for a couple hours at a time. And he's totally inconsiderate. I'll just be falling asleep, and then he decides, oh, you know what? I think I'll give myself a full body bath. I'll lick for the next 20 minutes. I'll just wiggle around. He makes it impossible for me to fall asleep. But he's Bagheera. He's your cat. You should cuddle and sleep with your cat. No, I locked him out, and he came to the door, and he cried a little bit. But he gave up. He gave up pretty quickly. But I finally had a full night's sleep last night because I kicked the cat out of the room. Anyway, this has been the story of the Breakfast Club. And the moral of the story, as far as I can tell. So these 5 kids get together. The old principal, he's like, oh, well. I want to commend you for coming in on time. But you will sit here, you won't talk, you won't study, you won't sleep, Bender. Just going to think about who you think you are. And all kinds of shenanigans goes on until finally they're like, you know what? What do you care who we think we are? You see us just the way you want to see us. You see us as a criminal and an athlete and a princess and a brain and a basket case. That's how we saw ourselves. We were brainwashed, man, by the media. Brainwashed by the stupid social cliques in these schools. We were brainwashed by the 80s. And so that Brian, the big brain on Brian, he finally goes, hey, you know what? Principal Richard, Dick, Richard. What was his last name? I don't know. I always want to call it Chalmers, but that's not right. But he finally goes, why don't you say hello to my little friend? And he just started shooting up the school like it was Columbine or Red Lake. Don't joke like that. What, too soon? I can't make school shooting jokes yet. This came out before there were school shootings. If they remade The Breakfast Club now, Bender would bring a gun to school. And they'd all be black. How come it's just the white kids got in trouble at this school? That's racist, you guys. No. And this is the story of The Breakfast Club. Hey, 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 hey. But I don't know. Who else is here today, sweetie? Well, we got Curtis Mills. Hey, Curtis. Curtis says, don't you forget about me. Isn't fourth a cup? Oh, wouldn't that be a bite? Missing a whole wrestling meet. I can quote so much of that movie. I can probably quote the whole movie. Oh, what do you care, Bender? You never tried out for anything. It's because you're afraid. You're afraid the clubs won't accept you, so you don't want to try. You got to dump all over it. I don't remember. Maybe we can switch floor washing day to window washing day. Wow, that's a radical idea. It should be window washing day. My windows are filthy. Plus I got the plastic on them. But yeah, window washing. If you're on top of your game, you're washing your windows. I wash my windows every 10 years, whether or not they need them. You know? Let's watch Pretty in Pink, and Natasha can discuss it. Pretty in Pink, isn't she? You want to watch Pretty in Pink, sweetie? I haven't seen Pretty in Pink in a long time. I remember liking it. I don't know. But I don't remember like I remember The Breakfast Club. Hey, 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 hey. Didn't we used to have a Breakfast Club clip? We did. But I don't know what happened to it. I don't either. But one of these days I will have to watch that movie. You talk about it so much. Ruby's never seen The Breakfast Club. She must be young. You've got to be young, Ruby. Nobody got through the 80s and was a teenager without seeing The Breakfast Club at least 3 times. You know? It was also at the dawn of the home movie. You could rent. Remember that? You had to rent your VCR. Yep. It was a big deal. You could go to like Blockbusters and, I'd like to rent a VHS, a VCR, whatever it's called. Machine. I'll hook it up to my TV at home. And they would grudgingly do it. Like, okay, give me a check for $500 just in case you try to steal this super valuable piece of technology, the VHS player. You give them a check. Go rent E.T. or whatever boring Spielberg movie. The Breakfast Club, Thank you. I'm going to go home and watch The Breakfast Club 3 times in a row. Get my money's worth. Just keep watching it all night. And you go home. It takes you an hour to hook it up. You watch. But that was then. This is now. That was then, but this is now. That was then, that was then. In those days, we were all worried about getting the AIDS. Yep. The AIDS pandemic. Oh, you kids today? Oh, no, I might get the COVID. Might get the sniffles. I guess it's the real holocaust of whatever. Back in my day, when I was a kid, we were afraid of getting the AIDS. They were telling us on the news, the gays are dropping dead all over the world. And you're going to get AIDS too. Happy Valentine's Day, 80s kids. Freaked out everybody. But in those days, they're also like, you better watch out. You keep using that hairspray, you're going to get there's an ozone layer. Oh, you think this is some laughing matter? Yeah, laugh it up. Laugh it up, fuzzball. Ozone is going to cause ice age. There's always global cooling in the old days. That was before global warming. But they don't like to be specific anymore, whether it's global warming or cool. No, now it's climate change. Oh no, the climate's changing. Yeah, it's called a season. Idiots. Sweetie? Yeah? You want to take a call on line 2? Sure, I'll take a call on line 2. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. I got a Kermit in my throat. Caller, welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air. How dare you! Greta Thunberg, is that you? This is Greta Thunberg, and you make light of the global crisis? How dare you! You come to us with looking for hope? Well, I will tell you, NanaBOOZHOO, you cannot make fun of global warming. It is going to warm. It'll be hell on earth, and you will laugh, and then you will cry. But don't come crying to me. How dare you? You think you're making too much of it. No, it is very serious. Oh, you come to us looking for hope. Not so much. What is the Ojibwe word of the day? Ojibwe word of the day? We haven't really gotten around to it, have we? Okay, here's interesting. A lot of people, I gotta clear up some stuff. Bidwaydum. Some people think the word for thunder is Bidwaydum. And it is. When you come in all yelling about the sky is falling and how we should be ashamed of ourselves and whatever, that's thunder, like making a thunderous sound. That's a verb. Bidwaydum. Thunder. Yeah. If you thunder out something, it's a sound. But the thunder in the sky, when you want to say thunder, if there is thunder, you would say Anamakika. 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 There is thunder. And in my country, the god of thunder is Thor. And Thor is angry because you do not show proper fear for global warming and climate change. How dare you? You know what? I can only be afraid of so much at one time. You're talking to a guy who thinks that, the Illuminati is out to get us. I can't worry about and what do you want me to do about it? I'm not going to be afraid and never drive my pickup. Okay? Look, I'm not doing nothing. So get off my back. You come to us. You look for hope, but you will find none. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on my show and wagging your finger at me. Is there anything else I can do for you? How do you say goodbye? Because you must say goodbye. Say goodbye to the earth. She is on fire. Fire! Well, we don't say goodbye, Greta. We say, I will see you again. Gigawabamin Minowa. Gigawabamin Minowa. Yeah, but speaking about seeing people again, are you going to see that, what's his face, Leonardo DiCaprio again? Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio! He is so lovely! He is such a wonderful man! I wish I was not so old, or I would be his girlfriend! You wish you weren't so old? Yes, I am too old. Leonardo DiCaprio only likes young girls. I am already 19 years old. I am too old. Okay, let's not get into it. I don't like you hanging around with that guy. He's a creep. I think you should get back into school, get your GED or whatever. Don't go to college, but find a man your own age who is not like a hypocrite and a creepy dad body Leonardo DiCaprio. How dare you? I love him. No, you don't. But I gotta go. Gigawabamin, Minowa. Gigawabamin, Minowa, NanaBOOZHOO. Gigawabamin. That was weird. Yeah. Gigawabamin, Minowa. I'll see you again. I got a feeling we haven't seen the last of Greta Thunberg. No, probably not. Oh, doggone it. We forgot to line up a call with that old Paul Pelosi. Oh, that's right. Doggone it. I wanted to talk to Paul Pelosi on the phone today. Let me see how he's doing. Got hit on the noggin with a hammer. That's what he said. That's what somebody said. Or he got hammered. I don't know what to believe anymore. It's almost as if the news has gone crazy. Well, the news has been stupid for a long time. That's true. Wally Bear says, tea, Earl Grey, hot. That's the way Captain Picard liked it. Yep. I had some Earl Grey tea this morning. Did you really? Well, I had green tea. Is that Earl Grey? No, I think that's just green tea with probiotics. Yeah, with probiotics. How would you like a cup of tea that makes you fart? Boog it. No. Today is the Ojibwe word of the day. Boog it. But yeah, probiotics. Basically, a probiotic just gives you gas. That's as far as I can tell what it does. But I think green tea is good for you. I know, what's other stuff we have? Ginger tea, lemon ginger. Anibishabu. Anibishabu. This should have been our word for today. You know, yesterday I was making a joke about Manuman Naboob. Wild rice soup. Every Indian person kind of snickers when somebody mentions soup. Because in Ojibwe we call it Naboob. It's not funny. Quit grinning. I'm not grinning. But what it is, it's kind of a variation on the word abu or wabu. Remember how in like coffee we call it makere mashkiki wabu? Black medicine water. Well, it's water, but it's a liquid that you have to sip. So coffee is black medicine water that you sip. That's why we call it wabu. And soup, you know, that's hot. You sip that, so it's naboob. And in tea, in anibish is the leaf, the tea leaf, anibish. And if you're going to have cold tea that you can guzzle in the summer, well, that's anibish. But if you're going to have a cup of hot tea, Earl Grey, hot, you call it anibish shabu. Abu. Anibish shabu. And this has been your boring Ojibwe language lesson of the day. It's not boring. I think it's interesting. Do ya? Kinda. I could tell the story of how we first got coffee. You could. Or you could. Either way. Okay. Do you want to talk to the Obamas? Or do you want to tell the story of how Ojibways got coffee? Why don't you tell the story of how Ojibways got coffee? Or the Anishinaabe got coffee? And I'll talk to the Obamas. Okay. Keep the Obamas on hold until later. And then I have to get a drink. All right. So you might ask yourself, you may find yourself sitting in a shotgun shack. Some people ask me, they go, hey, how did coffee come to Indian people? You know, I mean, I guess technically our Colombians Indian, but back in the days of the grandfathers, Anishinaabe only drank tea. We drank cedar tea, probably green tea. We'd make tea out of whatever leaves in the forest we could find. We didn't have coffee. We just had tea. But when a white man came, back in the days of the grandfathers, didn't I pull up the picture? I don't think you did. I think you pulled up Thunderheart instead. Oh, doggone it. I was going to do a whole jokey thing on Dances with Wolves. But instead of having the Dances with Wolves thing, I've got Thunderheart. Thunderheart has nothing to do with coffee. Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Okay, so anyway, the Dakota were the first people to get coffee. You see, back in the days of Dances with Wolves, Old John Dunbar came out to the South Dakota territory, and he was sitting there in his camp. Bunch of Buon, Dakota Sioux people. They rode up on their horses with furs. They had buffalo robes, you know, the buffalo hides, and get off the thing. Here you go, Whitey, have some furs. And so he goes, hey, why don't you stop? Wait, I'll give you some coffee. He goes in the back, pulls out some coffee beans, grinds them down, boils some water, gets some sugar. And he offered it to old, what's his name? Wind in his hair. Kicking Bird. And the other Indian guy. And they loved that coffee and the sugar. And that's when old Graham Greene, he stood up. He goes, okay, listen, from now on, we're going to go back to our people. We will tell them what we learned today. And this gift from John Dunbar, the Dances with Wolves guy. He gave us coffee and sugar today. We will co-opt this into our own culture. And from now on, anytime anybody wants to speak bad about the white guys, let's say, hey, if it wasn't for Whitey here, we wouldn't have coffee and donuts. You like your cedar tea and fry bread? Well, that's what you would have had without white people. So, I, for one, I appreciate. Get out of here. I appreciate the John Dunbars who brought the coffee to the Midwest as a peace offering or something. But that was back in the days. The buffalo hunt, sweetie. Yeah. Of the Mushkote Bajike of the prairie cow. We're one, but we're not the same. You two had a video. Yeah. And they thought they would be like, oh, this would be so beautiful. Well, and I'm sure it sounded like a good idea in the conference room. They're like, okay, we're going to open up the song One by U2 with a video of the majestic buffalo running through the prairie. And sure enough, there's Bono singing, we're one, but we're not the same. And they show some poor old fat, spindly-legged. You know, these buffalo aren't really designed to run anymore. You know, awkwardly trying to... You know, they're not exactly a white-tailed deer. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And everyone makes a big deal. Oh, yeah, the buffalo hunt. That must have been so dangerous. Yeah, it's about as dangerous as hunting cows, you guys. Don't believe everything they showed you on Dances with Wolves. Oh, yeah. You'd have to ride alongside a stampeding herd of buffalo with nothing but a spear. Or you could wait until they stopped running, walk up to one with a little bit of grass in your hand, go, here, boy, come here, boy. And then just slit his throat like you would a cow. I don't believe the buffalo hunt stories anymore. Oh, but they killed him off, the white man. Really? I don't think we had that many buffalo in the old days. You know. I don't believe anything anymore, sweetie. Don't ya? Nope, I got no faith. I got no faith, the faith, the faith. Baby, Jinganum. Hate is what I am. Underneath this heart there beats the heart of man. Hate. Jinganum. Don't you hate it when... What do you hate, sweetie? I don't hate anything. Gotta hate something. I hate... Oh, let's see. What do I hate? I hate the Jews. Shut up. No, I'm just kidding. I hate
Anchovies?
Anchovies, that's pretty gross, yeah.
I hate... I can't think. What do you hate?
Modern movies.
Yeah.
Rap music.
You hate rap?
Yep.
You're a racist.
It doesn't make you racist if you have no appreciation for rap. I just think it's crappy. I hate modern art.
Okay.
I hate Van Gogh. I hate Keanu Reeves' girlfriend.
What do you love?
Ziggy. I love walking in the rain and the snow when there's nowhere to go. No, that's not it. Ziggy. Gizaka Ian. I love you, sweetie.
Aw, sweetie.
Love. Ziggy. Actually, I heard that love and hate aren't opposites. The opposite of love is manu.
Manure?
Not manure. Manu. That's when you don't care. That's indifference. You have to have strong feelings and attachment and whatever. Somebody you hate and somebody you love are right next to each other. I mean, don't say that to all the Democrats who hate Donald Trump. Part of them kind of loves the guy.
Really?
Yeah. The opposite of hate is you're not even thinking about him. I don't care. I'm totally indifferent. The opposite of love, same thing. That's why hate and love are so close to each other. Because the opposite of hate is the same thing that's the opposite of love. If it was on a pie chart, somehow love and hate would be on the same side. And don't care. Manu is on the other side. But you're right. I don't really hate anything. I'm lucky that way.
Don't you hate global warming?
Yeah, that's what I hate. Oh, how about this? Here's something in the news. Have you heard about the... let's declare amnesty. I think it's Amnesty International on the whole COVID thing. They're asking us now to just forgive and forget the things they said and the way they behaved when they didn't know any better. Like, okay, look, I know we told you to put a mask on your baby and if you got a vaccination, you wouldn't get the COVID or you wouldn't spread it or it would do something. We didn't know any better. We're sorry we called you anti-vaxxers. Time to forgive and forget. No. I never forgive and I never forget.
You're not going to forgive?
Nah, to tell you the truth, I don't care. I didn't care back then and I don't care now.
What do you mean?
Manu. So some people were like really mad. The country was divided. We still are because we're stupid, but there were the people who went along with the mainstream media. They said, oh yeah, when it's the China flu. Oh, don't say that, you racist. Okay, it's the coronavirus. Don't say that, you anti-corona. It's the COVID-19, whatever. You need to get a one shot, and then you'll be good. You won't get it. We're going to have a pandemic of the anti-vaxxed. Then they said, okay, you just need 2 shots. We're going to lower the curve, flatten the curve. And people just kept on getting the COVID, kept on spreading it. And we're like, okay, you're going to have to wear a mask. Why? Never mind. Oh, because the germs won't come into your body if you wear a mask. And later on, they're like, well, no, it doesn't do jack. It doesn't do anything. You don't have to wear the mask anymore. All this stuff. And then some people are like, you know what, you guys? No, we don't forgive you. I lost my job because I wouldn't take an experimental vaccination of unknown ingredients to fight a supposed disease that may or may not have existed. Because somebody didn't want to get the sniffles. They were denying health care or whatever. Oh, you didn't get vaccinated? Well, you can't come in the emergency room. You're too dangerous, you leper. But now they want amnesty. Well, some people were really mad in those days, and I wasn't really mad. I just didn't take it that serious. I hardly ever wore a mask. People always tell me, "Oh, put your mask on." Oh, sorry. I'd take it off again, walk away. But, you know, these are the days we're in. They didn't want to have a conversation back then. They just wanted compliance. Resistance is futile. We are the bullies of 2022. I don't know. Anyway, you want to get up here, sweetie? Yeah, okay. But first, here's a song by band. Well, this is by Michael and Natasha. But it was written by... Actually, I don't even think Motley Crue wrote this. I think somebody else wrote it. But this is Sweet Child of Mine. BOOZHOO! This song is called Sweet Child of Mine. And it's by Guns N' Roses. She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories, and everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, it takes me away to that special place. If I stayed too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Oh, 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 sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. She's got eyes of the bluest skies, and if they thought of rain, I'd hate to look into those eyes and see an ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where, as a child, that I'd pray for thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Whoa, 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 sweet child of mine. Oh, whoa, 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 sweet love of mine. Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Sweet child of mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lyons on the guitar. BOOZHOO! Sweet child of mine. Oh, wow, it's a really pretty day. BOOZHOO, Banashiag. Hello, birds. Bonjour, Jidamoo. Hello, squirrel. Bonjour, Sabe. Hello, Bigfoot. Oh, what I learned the other day. This is sort of interesting. Moose. In Ojibwe, I always thought the word moose was an Ojibwe word. Because in Ojibwe, we call moose, moose. M-O-O-Z. But, moose, the word M-O-O-S-E, in Ojibwe, we'd pronounce it moose. That means a worm. Bonjour, moose. So in a way, the word moose is a worm. Moose. But then why do we call our sweethearts Niwini Moose Shane? Moose? Niwini Moose? No, it's Shane. I don't know what we call it. The worm, the most unrecognized, least celebrated cousin of ours. The worm. Nobody respects a worm. We use them as bait. Here you go. Why don't we just eat worms? No, we use a worm to try to catch a fish. The early bird gets the worm. That's what they say. When I was a little girl, they always said, get up early. Early to bed, early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. But when all your ancestors, your descendants and stuff, your elders or whatever, when you come from either farmer people or fishermen or military people, they get instilled with a certain kind of weird obsession. The earliest person to get up is the winner. Whoever woke up last, it didn't matter if they were up late, volunteering at a homeless shelter. Doesn't matter. If you're the last one to wake up, you're like teased in my house. They're like, oh, look who's finally up. Well, how nice of you to join us here at the crack of noon. You gotta get up early. And when I was a little girl, my grandpa was all of them. He was a fisherman, so fishermen always said, make sure you get up early when you go fishing. You got to get up before the sun. Because that's when the fish eat, when the sun comes up. They like to have giga jay ba, wee sini win. They like to have some breakfast too, Giga jay ba, wee sini win. But then he was also a military person. He was in the army. Those guys always got up early, had to go do calisthenics, boarding schools. All of our ancestors went to boarding school. Those guys got up early, you have to get up, go say the Pledge of Allegiance, do the chores, do your military drills. All this before school. Go milk the cows. It's hard work being a boarding school kid. Thought I heard somebody. Somebody back there? I thought I was alone in the woods, but maybe not. Ooh. Would you be more afraid to be alone in the woods at midnight, or to be with people in a city in Chicago at midnight? That says something about who you are. I'd be way more afraid to be in a city at midnight surrounded by people. That would be being alone in the woods. Because, oh no, is the bear going to come eat me? I doubt it.
I should put out some tobacco, I suppose. Say a little prayer. Little Sama. Get your Manadu. Great Spirit. Nusana Wakwing Abion. Father in heaven. Wadapanan Niwi Asema. Except by tobacco. Please help me to speak well today. Dakawi Tukawishin. Ando Menowe Nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Miigwech Gaiji Gakina Geku Gaiji Chikean Nungum. Thank you for this life. Miigwech Gaiji Mamada Zian. And thank you for healing my heart. Dash miigwech Gagage Ninde. Thank you for listening. Miigwech Gabizadawi egg. Amen. Apeyenge. Yesterday I told the story of Adam and Eve. Old Bible story. And like so much of the Bible, you hear one story and you get one question answered and you're left with 3 or 4 new ones. What? How did Satan get into the Garden of Eden? Why did God make Satan? Why was it so important that they didn't eat the apple? Why did Satan call it you would know the difference between good and evil? Why? She ran away and I wonder where she would stay. My little runaway. Run away. Do 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 do. I could tell the story of Thunderheart Anamikikad Day. Heart is D-E apostrophe day. Say my heart, you'd say Ninde. Back in the days of the grandfathers. This is what Michael's dad looked like in the old days. Val Kilmer. Got to start working in the he was a Top Gun. They called him Goose. I mean, was Top Gun just like gay propaganda movie? Goose and Maverick flew planes, and they were all like, they were rivals, but they were buddies. Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer. Well, eventually the day came where Val Kilmer was like, you know what? I've had enough of all this gay stuff. I don't want to play volleyball with a Scientologist anymore. So he hung up his volleyball shorts and he got a job with the FBI, the full-blooded Indians. No, he got a job with the FBI, the Federal Bureau of whatevers. And his boss comes into his office and he's like, hey, Val Kilmer, I've got a job for you. I want you to go mop up this murder investigation out on the res. I need you to go out to the res. Go out to Pine Ridge. Bear Creek. The fictional reservation for some reason. And Val Kilmer was all, hey, listen, man. You hired me because I was the best darn pilot in the Air Force. And I was the best darn volleyball player in the gay club. Why do you want me to go to the res? And he goes, well, because you're a part Indian, aren't you? I goes, well, yeah, my dad was, but I didn't even know him. I grew up in the Air Force with the gays and the Scientologists. And he goes, well, go out there anyway.
Maybe you might learn something about yourself. So he gets on a plane, flies out to Bear Creek Reservation in South Dakota. FBI guy picks him up. Says, yep, there's a murder investigation, but don't get too involved. There's the traditionals and the goon squad. And the tribal council. The corrupt tribal council. So, yada, yada, yada. He meets like an old grandpa, has a vision. Meets an Indian cop, Graham Greene. Rides a motorcycle. Gets a dog, gets an old beat-up res car. Learns something about what it is to be a real Indian. And then the old man was like, run to the hills, Thunderheart. The cavalry is coming, you better run. And he and Graham Greene go running away from the bad cops, the crooked FBIs. And they go to the Deer Table Bluff. And they're chasing, a car chase and the whole thing. And finally he turns around, he can't run any farther. He drops his gun. He's like, alright, listen man, I got it on tape. You guys are crooked cops. I'm going to expose this whole thing. And the bad cops are like, oh really, Top Gun? How about I put a top bullet in your head? And he goes, oh, I don't think so. And just then, all the Indians stood up together, up in the cliffs. And every one of them had their own gun. And they all cocked their guns. Hundreds of them. Even the old grandma had a rifle. Val Kilmer was all, this land is not for sale. You boys better mudge on. It's time to leave. This land is not for sale. If I had my Batman suit, you guys would be sorry. But they all went, oh, doggone it. This land's not for sale. And he truly is the Thunderheart. He's the hero this reservation needs. But, so then, I don't know what happens. Bad guys go away. And he's all like, well, I guess I better go back to the city. I don't think I have a job with the FBI's. And Graham Greene was like, well, if you ever want to come back, listen to the wind with your people. You're one of us now. And Val Kilmer goes, how do you say goodbye in Dakota? And Graham Greene goes, there ain't no word for goodbye in our language. No, we don't say goodbye. We say, Gigawababin, Minowa. I'll see you again. And this has been the story of how Graham Greene became a police officer. I don't know. I have half a suspicion that Graham Greene, if you were to talk to him in his real life, he'd be like, hello, mate. What's all this, then? He'd have like a thick English accent because he's such a good actor. He doesn't even sound Indian at all. But probably not. Well, I suppose better go back. Many years since I was here. Computer! Boop, boop, boop. Please end outdoor simulation. Boop, 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 boop. Holodeck. Computer! Boop, boop, boop. Please call NanaBOOZHOO. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Okay.
Hey, sweetie.
Are you ready to come back?
Yeah, would you pick me up?
You got it. Let me see. Scan for your coordinates.
All right.
And that's 1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1. No.
Hey, welcome back.
Well, thank you so much.
How was the holodeck this morning?
Oh, it's nice. Had a beautiful little simulation. Oh, that's good. I told the story about Val Kilmer. Oh, yeah? Kinda. Okay. Anabakika! Thunder! There is thunder in his heart, and evil in the sky, and a killer on the bloodshot street. Oh, on down the tunnel, a deadly horizon, I swear I saw a young boy down in the gutter. He was starting to foam in the heat. Do you want to take a call? Well, sure, I'll take a call. What line? Line 2. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Hey, Natasha, it's me, Michelle Obama, and I'm here with my husband, Barack Obama. You remember him, don't you? Well, of course. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show, Mr. President. Hello, Natasha. Just wanted to call in, tell you were doing a great job. A great job indeed. I like to watch a show, and I like to learn the Ojibwe language. Me and Michael, we watch it every day. You and who? I said me and Michelle, we like to watch your show every day. I think you just called her Michael. Yeah, fool. Remember, when we're in public, you gotta call me Michelle, because I'm pretending to be a woman. Darling, to me, you'll always be a woman. I don't care how you were born or what you have down there. To me, you're my wife, and I love you. And that's all that matters. Yeah. Love. Zaga. How do you say I love you in Ojibwe? Well, the word love is zaga. In Ojibwe, it's kind of weird to say I love you. You would start with a gi, meaning you, and then zaga, and then you'd end with een, meaning me. Gi zagi zagain. Gi zagain. Gi zagain. Michael Gi zagain. You did it again, Brock. My name's Michelle, remember? Oh, that's right. Michelle, my darling. Gi zagain. I love you. I love you too, Brock. You're my man, and you're my president husband, and that makes me love you. Yeah, that's very sweet, you guys. What's going on? So what else is new in your life? Well, I've been campaigning for old Joe Biden. You know, he was my vice president, and now he's the president. And he's a good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. I respect Joe Biden. He's like the father I never had. Oh, really? No, not really. Right now, he's holding a gun to my head. You can't see it, but I'm reading this. And I'm calling because I need you to help me. Help me, Natasha. Help me, please. I am in great danger. This is no joke. You guys! Sweetie, the Obamas are kidding around again. I'm not sure if they're kidding. No, please. I know it's hard to take me seriously when my wife looks like this and I sound like this. But I can assure you that I am in great danger and that Joe Biden is threatening my life if I don't endorse him. So get out and vote for Joe Biden. Joe, the President of the United States of America. Okay. Well, hey, Brock, I gotta go. You want to learn how to say, I will see you again in Ojibwe? Well, I hope I do see you again. But if I step out of line, I fear Joe Biden will put a bullet in me. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. In the meantime, if you want to say, I'll see you again, we say, Gigawaba Min, Minowa. Well, Gigawaba Min, Minowa Natasha. Yeah, Gigawaba Min, Minowa Natasha. Well, Gigawaba Min, Michelle, and Barack Obama. Thanks so much for calling in. I hope everything's okay and that Joe Biden doesn't do his worst. Help me, please. This is not a joke. Get out of here, you goofball. That old Obama. Yeah, he's a real joker. I know. John Redcorn. Are they a native band? Brock and Michelle? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I suspect that most Indians are actually, or most black people are actually Indians. I'm starting to question the whole slave narrative.
Really?
Yeah. Every black person I ever met goes, well, yeah, I had a grandma who was an Indian person. Like, really? How would that happen? What? I don't know. I don't believe what I read.
Don't believe what you read.
Do you believe what you read? If you'd like to support the show, we have a GoFundMe page, a Patreon page, and a PayPal page. Links are in the description. You can support us there. Or if you'd like to order books by Michael Lyons, the rockstar cartoonist, Michael has books for sale at Amazon.com. Books like Dog in My Ingun and Ojibwe words and phrases on sale now. Click the links. Support the show. Just do it. Do it. What's that guy's name?
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. I miss that guy. Do it. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. Michael, you want to add anything before I land the plane?
Oh, that's good.
All right. Hey, everybody. Hope you have a terrific gazibba geese again a day. Geese are good. Hope you have a terrific floor washing day. Get out there and wash your floor. BOOZHOO! Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture.
They don't play it no more, but I remember a time, 1984, or maybe 85. He sang the Salvation Army band played, the children drank lemonade, and the morning lasted all day. But the bitters came out better on a stolen guitar. Now we were blessed like spiders from Mars. Bitters came out better on a stolen guitar. Now we were blessed like spiders from Mars. They say. They say. Never would have waved goodbye. You could see it written through his eyes as a train rolled out a side of the station. And through an open window came, like Sinatra in a younger day, pushing the clouds away. But the bitters came out better on a stolen guitar. And now we were blessed like spiders from Mars. Bitters came out better on a stolen guitar. Now we were blessed like spiders from Mars. They say. They say. They say. They say. Winter 1963, it felt like the world would freeze with John F. Kennedy and the Beatles. Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
gentlemen, Michael Lyons.
All right. Now for an upbeat song.
All right. Woohoo! Yeah! Woohoo! Yeah! She'll adore you, and she'll floor you with her wisdom and her vision, and you'll love it and think of it till you lose all intuition. Come on, like the weather, but it seems so good. You never leave her, but you know you should. She sets my soul afire. Get the firehouse! No. And the flames keep getting higher. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Get the firehouse. And the flames keep getting higher. No.